silence. Going.
What's the difference between an ordinary auctioneer and a very, very good auctioneer?
I think understanding the dynamic of buyer and seller. I feel blessed that I've had the ability to, I suppose, sold in our industry for 18, 19 years and be an auctioneer that has sold and can read buyer pattern movement and things like that. So for me, having that background, knowing when to push, not to push. For me, having time in Sydney was invaluable. Bringing that back to our Queensland office and personally in auctioneering.
For the younger up-and-coming sort of auctioneers, in my earlier years of auctioneering, being in a remote location like Darwin, you know, the only way you could learn was to invest in yourself by travelling. And, you know, for me, shadowing people and immersing yourself in a space. And, you know, I've spent the whole day with Scott Kennedy Green driving around eastern suburbs of Sydney doing like 12 auctions in a day. Adrian Botera in Melbourne, Jonathan Moore in South Australia. Like, they're all different styles, but you've got to kind of expose yourself to, you know, the really good operators in the market that are highly skilled. You can kind of have a bit of banter with them in the car between auctions. You're pulling up to, you know, an auction in the wrong suburb, realising you're meant to be 20 minutes that way, and you know you got 15 minutes to get there, and it's kind of like you're driving like a transporter. But more to the fact that you're exposing yourself to just soaking up all these little pieces of information, and you can kind of, you know, it just goes in there. And there's so many good auctioneers that would be happy to be shadowed. But I think for those younger people coming through, like, you're practicing on real life clients, you've got to invest in yourself to really upskill yourself very, very quickly in the beginning.
I'd hit the charity options as well. One thing that I did straight away was try and find myself as many charities and non-profit organisations to go do fundraisers at, because that way you learn all about, you know, the mechanics of yourself when you're in front of a crowd. So how you control your breathing, whether you're going to run out of energy or run out of steam towards the end, bid counting, and generally at some of these fundraisers they're half cut. So, you know,
a lot of free dinners.
That too. But I think just being able to get your brain into that method of thinking with regards to the maths and all that sort of stuff in front of a crowd, and you've got various people shouting various different things. You've got background noise. Fillers are fantastic. So even now, I'll use charity auctions as like a testing ground for new fillers or for new lines that I'm thinking about using, and as well as that, you're doing a good service to your community anyway.
Because the one thing about this industry is there is a willingness to share.
I think, which is why we're talking about upskilling and charity auctions and shadowing. The other thing is encourage the younger people coming through to compete, because that's when you kind of your balls really kind of, you know,
you're accountable.
You're fully accountable, because you're competing in front of your peers, and a lot of people avoid it. But that's, you know, every time you compete, you get better, because you sharpen your sword every time.